In this video, we're going to examine how to set up and run formula billing in ProCare with a specific example of late pickup charges. In order to use formula billing, you must have the attendance tracker module because the billing formulas rely on either accurate time card entries in the child's time card or accurate entries in the schedule for the child. We'll begin by looking at several configuration elements that affect how the formula will come up with the charge. First place to go is Configuration and System. Under Locations, I'm going to go to Regions and Schools and then Set Options. In the General section, you'll see that we have hours of operation here. So we're open Monday through Friday from 7 to 6. This is when rounding through a check-in and out station, if you have the attendance tracker check-in station, or through the receptionist feature in ProCare, will be in effect. So rounding will take effect during these hours. Outside of these hours, there is no rounding. Also, there is no rounding for entries directly entered into a child's time card by a staff person, either in the time card itself or through the batch processes from within ProCare. And the rounding hours are controlled in the module Family Data or Employee Data. We're dealing with Family Data today. So in the Family Data section, we'll scroll down to where we see time card options. We have rounding currently set for child time cards to be rounded for the closest 15-minute mark on the clock. So when a child is checked in or checked out through the check-in station, rounding will round them to the nearest quarter hour within our hours of operation. And the same thing will happen if a child is checked in or out through the receptionist feature in ProCare. In addition to the hours of operation and the rounding settings, let's take a look at the formulas themselves. Go down to Family Accounting, Formula Billing. We're going to look at the after hours pickup formula. And I simply have to double click this formula to look at the actual formula. The very first line is usually the rate for the formula, and then the second line might be a variable if you wanted to override that rate with a different rate for a specific child. A little further down, we see where ProCare is looking to get the time. So we're looking after 6 o'clock until midnight for any minutes in that range. So any minutes after 6 o'clock, which is when our hours of operation stop, I would like to charge $1 a minute for any attended minutes after 6 o'clock for any children. That's how that formula works. Okay, so let's go add this formula to a couple of children. We've got Peter and Wendy Adams here. And before I add it, let's take a look at their time in their time cards. We've got pretty much normal in and out times with the exception right here of the prior Friday. They are out at 6:35 for Peter, and if I go over to Wendy, she also got picked up at 6:35. So mom or dad was late picking them up that day by 35 minutes. We want to charge for those 35 minutes from last week. Let's add the formulas by going to the child's billing box and then click the billing formulas. We have no formulas assigned for these children yet. To do that, click the New Formula button at the bottom. Select the ledger card you'd like to charge. For this family, it's going to be a private charge. The description I want to use is going to be late pickup, so I'm going to pick that from my description list. And the formula is the one I just showed you in the configuration area called After Hours Pickup. I'm not going to override the value for this, so we will charge $1 a minute, but if I wanted to override it, I would type in perhaps 1.50 in the value box to charge this child $1.50 per minute rather than our standard rate in the formula of $1 a minute. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at $1. I'll save that, exit, and move over to Wendy's record and add her as well. Same description here, late pickup, and the same formula. Save that and exit. So once you have those set up for both children, we're ready to run the billing and charge for the formula. So we would run this by going to the Family Accounting, Automated Billing Procedures, and run Formula Billing. You won't have this option, again, if you don't have the Attendance Tracker module for ProCare. When we go in here, we would select which formula we want to charge for. It's going to be that one for after hours pickup minutes. I want to post at the end of last week. I'm running this for the prior week. My date range is automatically filled in for the prior week, so I don't need to change it. And Once I've clicked Next, we're going to see charges developed for these two children, $35 each. There's a small sigma over on the left side that you can double click to see how ProCare came up with the charge. It says there's a total number of days is 1, total number of minutes is 34.999, basically 35 minutes. At $1 a minute, we're going to charge out $34.99 or $35. So you can see that here in the billing summary screen before you actually apply the charge. Let's go ahead and apply these two charges. Post that, and then go examine in the ledger card how that looks. And here are those two lines for last week that we billed for those two children. Same dollar amounts that you're seeing right there and how the computation was made. If you need help, you can call tech support for help using the standard billing formulas. Custom formulas may be available for a fee. That's how to use formula billing in ProCare.